Hey guys, this is Jake. I'm an active release techniques provider and a certified personal trainer, and I'm here to provide some demonstration exercises to help with prevention and with treating low back pain for the common office worker. So if we sit in the desk, as you can see here, over prolonged periods of time, we get this hunched back, the head is forward, and over time that can really create not only stiffness in the back to increase the pain or to put your back or spine at a vulnerable position for injury, but it also tightens a lot of muscles up front here. So if I were to stand up and kind of have that same position, my abdominal wall is completely collapsed, my hip flexors are tight, and my quads are tight as well. When the hips start to be pulled on as a result of tightness from the hip flexors, then it starts to affect the back, and that's where a lot of pain takes place. The pain is back here, but the cause is up here. So what I'm going to show you is some exercises to help counteract that, to put the hips in a better position and allow you to have less pain throughout the day. We're going to start off with a quadricep stretch. Really simple. This is the most simple of them all. What I'm doing is I'm just going to grab my ankle, and I can use my desk or counter space to balance. And what I'm doing is that knee is facing the ground here, and I'm just squeezing my right butt muscle or glute muscle to get the hip going forward, just like so. Alright? And then you'll do both sides. You can turn around for balance and do the same thing over here. And that's how you stretch that. And you want to hold that for about 15 to 20 seconds. Okay? From here, I want to go into the hip flexors. So we did the quads. Now I want to move up the chain into the hip flexors. And to do that, I'm going to kind of step out this way so you can see. And you can use a wall for balance. I'm going to step forward with my inside foot, and this back foot's going to be here. And you can start by just lunging forward just a little bit with this lower body while keeping the upper body here. And I'm going to reach up as tall as I can. I can add a tilt. I can also add a rotation if I feel comfortable enough, or I can stay balanced here and rotate just like so. From this position, like I said, this is a modified position, but you can also go deeper into more of just like a shallow lunge, just like this, by lifting the heel and dropping this back knee. Reach up here, tilt, rotate. One important cue here is to make sure that when you do this, that this shin up front is vertical. So we don't want to be shooting past this way. Just drop straight down to what you can tolerate. Reach up, tilt, rotate. Hold each of those positionings for about 10 to 15 seconds, okay? So that's a hip flexor stretch. Now we're going to do a walled knee hug stretch. You can do this against the wall, or you can do this on the floor. When you do this against the wall, you're going to bring the knee up, and what you should be feeling is that low back pushing into the wall. Alright, and then you'll switch, do the exact same thing, bring the knee up, push the low back into the wall. So we talk about when we sit a lot, sometimes that pelvis will tilt forward. So what we're doing with the knee hugs is literally just tilting that pelvis backwards by hugging the knee this way. And it'll take off some of the compressive stress on the spine. Okay? You can do this on the ground. What I like about doing it on the ground is that you can actually do both legs at the same time. And that helps, you don't necessarily have to isolate it. Both legs at the same time actually feel really great. So now what we're going to do, second to last stretch, is what most yoga people will do or know as a cobra stretch. We're going to do what I call a counter cobra stretch, where you basically are using a desk or counter space, and you're going to be here, and all you're going to do is just dip your hips down, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and feel the low back arch and the abdominal wall stretch out. And then I'll come here and relax. And to counter that, I'll do the exact opposite. I'll come back here, traction the back, straighten the arms, and then I'll come back here into that counter cobra, just like so. Squeeze the shoulder blades, just like so. So that's the stretch that you can do up the counter. Lastly, guys, I wanted to show you all just one hamstring stretch that you can do standing. Hips go back, toe goes up, hips go back, toe goes up, just like so. We're stretching out the back part of the hamstring, which also attaches to the hip. Just like so, guys. Alright, so the chest stays up, the low back is arched, and you're stretching out the back of this leg here. Okay? If you do these exercises 1 to 3 times a day, it can help not only prevent low back pain, but it can also help treat whatever low back pain you're doing. Remember that if you're sitting for prolonged periods, doing this consistently throughout the day will help you the most. So set something on your calendar, set an alarm of some sort so that you can do this consistently and be as pain-free as possible.